Octagon News.
So we'll see.
Hey, Chad, what do you think about your old pal, Conor? You know, he's kind of the talk of the combat sports world right now, boxing Floyd Mayweather. You know, what did you think about him immediately after you guys fought, and then what he did to Jose Aldo, and then, you know, he left the featherweight division, he became a two-way world champion, he's up at lightweight, and now he's boxing. You're a guy who shared the cage with him. I mean, do you pay attention to him? Are you that interested in what he's doing? Do you not notice as much? What are your thoughts on him, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see what he's doing, and it's something that's very, very impressive. I mean, he's done something that nobody else in the sport has done. You know, do I wish I could have a rematch with the full camp? Hell yeah. I know that I would beat a guy like that. Getting in there and feeling him and just knowing that if I was in shape, I would have done that, what I did the first 2 rounds the entire fight. It kind of bums me out because I know he'll never come back down to featherweight. You know, for whatever reason, he's the type of guy that just doesn't like defending belts or defending fights. So he'll win a belt, leave. You know, he won the featherweight belt, took off, won the lightweight belt, took off, and now he's jumping into boxing. So I'm just curious to see if he ever comes back to the sport of mixed martial arts, honestly.
How much sleep do you think you'll lose over the course of your life on that, what you just said right there? And I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Not that, you know, you're second guessing or whatever. I mean, you went in on short notice and you did what you could that night. But I would just think, like, what if I had once played LeBron in basketball when we were like kids? I was growing up in Ohio, you know, and I had him beat like you know, we were playing to 10 and it was like 9-2, and all of a sudden, like, I pulled my ankle and he scored 8 points like straight on me. Like, would I still, as a 30-year-old, be sitting here like, I should have beat LeBron James, you know, as famous as he's got? Like, will you grow up someday and be like, man, if I had a full camp, you know, that guy? Like, will you be thinking that years from now? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, man. It's nothing I'm going to lose sleep over. I mean, like I said, this is a sport that I love to compete in. I love to get out there and fight, but you know, it does suck. Like I said, it sucks knowing that I can beat him, and, you know, without that fight, you know, who knows? Or if I would have won that fight, I mean, there might not be a Conor McGregor fighting Mayweather right now. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
That was definitely something that could have completely changed the course of where he's at now. You know, and taking that fight on short notice like that. You know, when I got the call, I was salmon fishing on my boat drinking a beer. Like, I was in no shape ready for a title fight, especially against a guy that's a lot bigger than me, you know. And but, you know, that's a chance that we take as fighters sometimes. You know, it's a risk. I mean, getting in there and fighting another human being. So who knows? Maybe I could have went in there and knocked him out in the first 30 seconds and been the interim title holder. But you just never know. I mean, that was a risk I took. Looking back on it now, like I said, I wish that I could have a rematch against him with the full camp, because no doubt in my mind I would beat him. I think there's a lot of people that think that. I hear that all the time. But like I said, I just know he'll never come back down to featherweight.
Well, I'll say one thing. I definitely would love to see that match with you in a full camp. And I do want to ask you this because everybody's going to give their opinion leading to this fight, but I definitely want to hear yours because you've been in the cage with Conor McGregor. How much of a chance do you give Conor against Floyd Mayweather in a boxing fight, Chad?
Man, I think I've been asked that question maybe 2,000 times since that fight's been announced. But, I mean, that is definitely the question that is being asked for sure. Man, as much as I want to give Conor the win, being from the MMA community and being in the UFC, it's tough to say he's going to win that fight, man. It's, you know, he's never had a pro boxing fight. You know, people are like, well, Conor hits hard. But, yeah, there's a lot of guys that Mayweather has fought that hit like a tank, and he's never been knocked out. So, you know, these guys, the thought of trying to find Mayweather's head and connect has been the riddle that nobody can really solve. So, I just don't see it happening in a straight boxing match. If it was MMA, of course, I'd give it to Conor hands down. But in a straight boxing match, I'm going with Mayweather.
Yeah, will you be watching the fight? Will you be rooting for Conor?
Man, I'm going to have to. So I'm actually on one of our Fins and Feathers trips the next day, and I'm actually going to be in Nevada for that. So I'm going to be trying to find it in some kind of local bar. I'm in like a little tiny like podunk town out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. So I'm going to be searching. I'm going to actually start calling soon and just seeing if there's anywhere around, because I definitely want to watch it. I think that's, it's a fight for the ages, man. That's something that's never been done before. And what's crazy is growing up, I remember riding my bike to Blockbuster and renting the VHS of like all the old UFCs and stuff. And
oh, good times.
Just seeing that, yeah, and then becoming an actual UFC fighter and just having it has that same feel as when the UFC first started taking off. Like, oh, if this is a wrestler versus a boxer, who's going to win? Oh, and so it has that same feel to it. Like, okay, we got an MMA guy going against, one of the best boxers in the world, and everyone's just so intrigued about it. And, it's definitely going to go down in the record books.
Yeah.
If Floyd Mayweather shows up to this fight with one boxing glove, Art Jimerson style, I'm going to lose it.
that would be nostalgic for sure. Absolutely.
We were all talking like, how crazy would it be if like Conor just went out there and threw a head kick and like knocked Mayweather out? Like what do you think the world would do?
Isn't that one of the Chad? Isn't that one of the conspiracy theories? Is that as the fight progresses? I think actually, Brett, you and Dan Rayfield were talking about this on a past podcast. Like, if Conor realizes he can't win, what if he just throws a double leg takedown and like jumps up on the ropes and says, "I'm the best"?
Yeah. Everybody's been talking about that. You know what? I don't think he's going to do that, but I could see him doing this, Chad. One of the rounds, if he's losing and hasn't been competitive, he's kind of been embarrassed a little bit. I could see him coming out and just like throwing some crazy capoeira kick, like when Floyd is still like 20 feet away, but just he's not going to hit him with it, but he's just kind of reminding everybody, like, hey guys, just keep in mind that I'm a kickboxer and I could drop kick this guy at any point in the fight, So I might be losing this boxing match, but I could throw a kick here or two, and this would look a little different.
I think doing that, or even just like you said, blast double legging him and getting on top of him for a split second, because you're not going to get in trouble for it, but it just shows like, hey, let's not forget I know how to grapple and like do stuff. So yeah, dude, that would be crazy. I wouldn't put it past Conor, honestly.
Well, hey man, good luck finding that fight in the Podunk town, wherever you are in Nevada. I hope if there is ever going to be a fight in some random bar out in Nevada in the middle of nowhere, I bet this is the one that they would show. So good luck finding the fight. Thanks for talking to us, and really looking forward to, man. A year goes by real fast, and we can't wait to see you back in there. This guy anymore. He's a featherweight, two-time UFC title challenger, or three-time UFC title challenger, actually. He's also now the CEO of multiple companies. He's a world traveler. He is, a hunter extraordinaire. I've actually been trying to get Chad Mendes on the podcast for a while. We were going back and forth. I was traveling. He was out boar hunting in a helicopter or something. I mean, this is what Chad Mendes is up to lately. Chad, tell us about your very interesting life that's going on right now.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's been crazy, man. I've obviously had some time off from the fight game, and I started a company called Fins and Feathers, and basically what this is, we call it a celebrity hunt service. So we have about 15 to 20 different celebrity pro staff members, UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, pro baseball, basketball, football players, actors, PBR writers. We got a whole mix of different celebrities. And what we do is we put together a year-long schedule of trips all over the world. We go to New Zealand for red stag. Like you said, we do the helicopter pig hunting in Texas with some night vision and thermal hunting and bow fishing. We do big game, elk, deer, antelope, all kinds of stuff all over the world. And we just basically book up clients. We'll put one or two of our celebrity pro staff members on the trip with the clients, and everyone goes and has a damn good time and gets to fill their freezer with some awesome organic lean meat and learn, the techniques and stuff when it comes to the outdoors and the stuff when it comes to hunting. So, or even fishing. We do fishing stuff too. So, man, it's been awesome. I also started Chad Mendes Primal Jerky. So, this is a jerky company that I've done. Right now, we're starting off with beef. I just kind of wanted to test it out and to see what we were doing or how it was going to take off. And then eventually I want to start doing like some venison, some like elk, buffalo, and maybe some other type of wild stuff. So I think we're getting close to branching into that kind of stuff because, sales have been good. And
Octagon News.